September brings us with Venus in Leo stationing direct and Jupiter in Taurus stationing retrograde, both at the beginning of the month. And towards the middle and the end of the month, we're going to have the Sun entering Libra, and then we're going to have a full moon in Aries. Both of these events are going to be activating the Aries Libra nodes in your birth chart. So hi and welcome back. I am your astrologer, Patricia Tate, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. To get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. And if you are returning, thank you for all the likes and comments because I greatly appreciate you. So this is your September 2023 astrology forecast. So for Capricorn Sun and Capricorn Rising, we start off on September 3rd with Venus stationing direct. Venus has been in your 8th house of shared resources, going back and forth. This is not just shared resources, it's contracts that you have with others, and it's also the house of deep psychological connections. So there might have been people in your life that you have had to have boundaries with, or that you've had to go back over and work some things out. I have a separate video on that. I can add it to the link below. But now's the time that you're going to want to sort through these issues. Now's the time that you're going to go back over and say, with fire and intensity, because it's Leo, I now have inspiration and creativity that I have felt has been lacking or missing in my life. And I'm ready to move on and push forth with more love and more passion. So your energy is going to return real soon. You're just going to, it'll feel like night and day. Now, on the very next day, on the 4th of September, we have Jupiter stationing retrograde. This is important because your 5th house of children, being childlike, joy, has been activated by the nodes for the last year and a half. And the nodes have just shifted over into your house of home and career. But they spend a year and a half in each area of our life to basically realign, to refocus us. And so the area of your life with your children or being childlike and creativity has totally undergone a change for you. And with Jupiter here, we have Jupiter ruling your 12th house of going within and where's my creativity? And it's also your 3rd house of communication and doing things that are close to home. And so we had the North and the South nodes saying, I need you to focus on this area and I need you to release some things and accept some new. And then Uranus was here making it quick, hard and fast with these quick changes. Jupiter allowed you the opportunity to go within and do things that were closer to home, take classes, workshops, neighbors, and get the inspiration there. And Jupiter also wants you to see the bigger picture. It's about having faith and hope and trust in seeing things and waiting things out and gathering the people to support you on your goals, on your path in life. And so now with Jupiter stationing retrograde, it's about going within and taking this and healing. This can be through generational trauma. This can be through your dreams. This can be through your intuition. This could be through things that happened when you were a child, the way that you communicate. Remember that Jupiter wants you to take everything. Because it is so vast, it sees the bigger picture. Going within says, I'm going to take everything that I have learned over the last year and a half of my life and go within. How does this change me spiritually? How does this change me as a person? What new skills have I acquired? Do I understand my dreams? Am I more in tune to my body? Am I more intuitive? Am I able to communicate that with family? Am I able to communicate that? Am I able to take classes and workshops that are closer to home? Am I journaling it? Does it make sense? And how do I grow and evolve from this? Because I'm ready to change. I'm ready to end this part of my life and say, this no longer serves me. I'm no longer that person. And now this is who I am. I have these new skills that are acquired. I have this new understanding. I can now see a bigger picture, and this is now where I want to go. And then moving forward, we're going to have a new moon on September 14th. So on September 14th, a new moon in the sign of Virgo. I love new moons in the sign of Virgo. It offers us this opportunity to be practical, to have new projects and jobs and schedules. And so we have the sun. The sun is also associated with your 8th house of shared resources. And we have the moon. The moon here is your partnership sector. So if we bring this all together with your 9th house, the 9th house is you wanting to travel, you wanting to connect with spirituality, take classes, publish things. It's classes, workshops, teaching, learning, diving deep into it. And I want to understand this, and I want to share this either with clients or with partners or with my friends, my social circle. It's not social circles. This is your close friends. These are your partners that you live with, work with, or marriage partners, your significant others. It's your +1 house. And so this new moon is saying, hey, it's time to start a new project. It's time to like look at our routines, our schedules, and let's start these things. Let's work on this. Now, on the very next day, what's going to happen is we have Mercury stationing direct. Mercury in the sign of Virgo is going to kickstart everything and help you to finish whatever it is that we've started. So Mercury was stationed retrograde and said, look, before you move on, you got to finish all these projects. And so now you should be starting with a total clean slate. And just the day before, you're going to have these new plans in order to move forward. So Mercury is so happy here. Mercury wants to say, get a plan, get organized. Mercury rules over your 6th house of mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being, balancing home, balancing work. How do I do this? And this has to do with your partnership. And it has to do with your contracts that you share with others. And how do you go about doing these things? You're going to pretend that you have a list that's like 10 long, and pick the things that are quickest and easiest to accomplish, because Mercury stationing direct will be slow to pick up pace. But then once you pick up the energy of checking the things off the list, you'll be able to make a plan in order to get the longer range projects done. And those longer range projects can be taking classes, taking workshops, wanting to travel, wanting to connect with people that are far and wide, try new things, do new things, publish your journal, get started with maybe a podcast. This is the house of classes and workshops. I want to be able to teach this. Then on the 23rd. So on the 23rd, we're going to have the sun move into the sign of Libra. This is important because now we're talking about activating your nodes. Again, you might want to go back and listen to the video on the North and South node, finding the balance between the me and the we. But the sun here is saying the sun is you, and it's your shared resources. And we are saying, it's now saying, hey, how do I find this balance between fairness, for equity, with partnerships, with things that, remember, we had Venus here going back and forth over this area of your life saying, hey, these contracts need to be fair and equitable, or this was money that was coming in. It's also about deep psychological connections that you have with others. So the sun in Libra is literally highlighting where you're going to need to find a balance, not having two people negotiate, or you may have to be negotiating with somebody else. It might be literally the me, we area of your life. There will be some things that will be triggered from your past, and then as we move forward, it will be illuminating where you're supposed to be going. Remember that the sun is about restoring the balance in in Libra. It's about restoring the balance in Libra. It's about where you spend time with others. And maybe you are welcoming these new people into your circle because you're looking for peace and harmony, and you're moving away from chaos and wanting things to be structured and organized. Then as we move forward on to the 29th, you're going to see another part of the story of where the sun is illuminating. This is still with your career, your job, your legacy. It's you in the outside world. And the moon signals something that's going to be ending. Remember that this is with the North Node, and so it's activating an area of your life of a natural ending. Maybe you're moving from a house. Maybe somebody's moving out of your house. The moons are always emotional times, and whenever we have a full moon, it's bringing to the light things that we did not see or we did not know that were out there. And the sun is saying, this is the area that I need to focus on, and the moon is saying, hey, don't forget about this. Will be an emotional time because it's about what are you invested in, and it's about I need to have some kind of closure, some kind of ending. Because of this Mars and the Aries axis here of the one activating the other, there might be short tempers, or it could be you saying, I'm going to be the one that's going to initiate this. I'm going to be the one that ends this or moves this along quicker. It could be something that has to do with real estate or your home or people that are within your home. So as always, I would love to hear about how this resonates with you in the comments below. And if you would like an individual reading, you can schedule at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe.